So can you hold on for a second? Yeah, Venkat. So let's start. So before getting started, let me intro. Are you getting double voice?
No, 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 no.
Done. Okay, I'm feeling that. Okay, so I'm Raju Nata. I'm working as a data analyst in one of the startup company. I have 3 years of experience in this data analyst, as well as working as a teacher, a tutor for the data analyst specialist from the Careerbridge. So I'm here to teach this data analyst specialization course since I am a data analyst and I'm daily working on it. So I thought I have to give a real time experience to the students what I miss when I miss in a student. So welcome to the course. Yeah. So let's get started. So before getting started, let's discuss about the agenda of the today. So we are going to start with what is data analytics, what is data analytics, who is a data analyst, and what is actually data analyst do on daily basis, and what are his roles and responsibilities, and what actual skills make a data analyst. And this is the biggest question everyone has to ask: why become a data analyst? So before getting to the details, this is the basic graph. I mean, data people graph. So what happens, in real time, whatever the stakeholders we called executive members or managers or sometimes called clients, we used to get a data from the clients in a very unstructured form, and they used to come up with one business requirement. So as a data analyst, we are going to get that data and we are going to work on that data doing some data manipulation thing. I mean, obviously data is will be unstructured. Then our job is to do turn into unstructured data and get some meaningful influence, meaningful insight, so that a business decision make a business proposal. Then this is a real time. I used to do this after doing the data cleaning part. I used to send the data to data scientist people. Then after they used to go for modeling and prediction. So this is how the data ecosystem will work. So I am going to tell you how a data analyst work on this ecosystem. So first thing first, what is data analytics actually? So data analytics is a process of analyzing raw data into a draw and meaningful insights out of it and showcase the business objectives so that they can make business decisions to prolong their businesses. So this is how it works. They'll come up with a requirement and with the data, and with using our skills as a data analyst, we need to give visualization insights so that they can make business decision. So simple as that. Let me explain this to you too with an example. So this is the one project which I have been working since 6 months. So this is a company called Phenomics Sciences. So the target is to reduce the obesity within less time. So generally, we know that obesity means if he looks very obese, we feel that he is suffering from obese disease. But these company come up with a solution called there will be a categories in obesity also. So they are trying to predict which type of we are calling this as phenotype. Okay, so they're trying to predict if a patient comes, if you are a patient, for example, you come up with a disease called obese, but they don't late previous stages, they used to give all four stages of treatment, but these phenomic sciences are trying to segregate patient into one of the category, so that they will get right clinical treatment, to get within less time they are able to reduce the weight. So this is how data analytics is used in healthcare. I mean, real time, very real time. So that's how much the data analytics power is. So let's move on to who is actually data analyst. So like we discussed, we used to get a raw data, right? So then after, we used to make we used to do data mining thing, and we used to turn into a useful meaningful sites, so that business people can make them. That is actually a data analyst do. So next comes is like what actually data analysts do as a daily basis. So this is I created based upon my experience. So like every day, like I used to work with a US UK client. So they used to come up with a one business objective. Okay. Then after, first thing first is we need to understand the client business requirement. Then after, we used to understand data. We need to do data cleaning part. Then after, using visualizations, tools like Power BI and Tableau, we are going to create like interactive dashboards, so that they can understand their business easily. Any layman, even you or any non-background candidate also, they can easily understand using visualizations, right? So that's how our job used to go. So 80% of the data analyst work goes for data cleaning part. I mean, data will come up with a very messy things like unstructured, and it will be have blank values, it will have non-meaningful data. So 80% of the work as a data analyst goes for data cleaning part. Okay. So that is how he will do his job over the period. So if we want to deep down, like step by step, what actually does, we can go like next is like so there again given an overall overview, right? So this is like step by step. So first thing first, client with come up the business decision. Then we are going to understand his business requirement. As per his requirement, we need to figure it out a one methodology, how we are going to, how we are supposed to clarify his doubt. So that is we call business understanding. Then after understanding the business, we need to collect data and understand its data. That is called understanding data. That goes for step 2. So now we got our business methodology. Second, we got data. And third, we need to prepare data according to our requirement. So that is called data preparation. So most probably, as a data analyst, you will work on this part, most probably data collection and data preparation part. So after doing cleaning part, when you turned this unstructured into structure, which is a clean data, now your job is to visualize in a way, so that a customer or client is easily understand his business. That goes for exploratory data analysis. Here we use some tools, we'll go after later on. I'll show you what are the tools we used for these all things. Then after doing visualizations part, we need to cross check whether we have done right or wrong. That goes for validation part. So this also done using Python, some tools are there. So at last, so you at last, if everything is good, we need to create a reports dashboard, so that we need to share to the stakeholder or a client, so that he will understand his business knowledge. So this is a life cycle of any data analyst project. Okay. So are you there?
Yes, Raj.
Okay. So this is data analyst cycle. So let me explain another example. In our India, we don't have this condition, but in US UK, we have a one condition called, for example, if you are a patient, you are admitted to a hospital and you discharge, and if in within 30 days, if you readmitted to the same hospital with the same disease, the hospital has to pay compensation to you and government as a tax, as a what we call tax. So the hospitals, the healthcare department or healthcare industry trying to predict the readmission analysis. So this is how it's going on real time. So this is a dashboard I have created for the client. If you see, so this is a client name and etc. His heart rate, is she or she blood pressure, everything. So this is how we are going to monitor patient health status before discharging him or she, so that he won't readmit again. So that it will degrade the loss of hospital people, and they have the profit margins. So this is how we are going to work on in real time. So this is another example where a data analyst is going to help people in healthcare also. So yeah, so this is all about data analytics. These are all the trending technologies available over the market. So for as a data analyst, so for SQL, a database server. And second thing, first thing is like Excel. You know the Excel, right? So yeah, for reporting and creating dashboards, visualizations part, there is a two tools called Tableau or Power BI. So these are we can choose any one alternative based upon one requirement. So SAS and R for healthcare people, and Python is for cleaning part, data modeling part. Obviously we need to have a basic maths and statistics skill. So what we are going to learn in this course, as a part of data analyst course, so these are the skills enough to get a job. So first thing goes for Excel. Then obviously sometimes you get a data in a CSV file, then you are going to use Excel as a tool to add columns, to do any manipulation things, etc. For example, if your data is client, every client is not supposed to give CSV files. They used to feel insecure. They used to keep their data secure. So they use these SQL servers as a like platform to store their data. So obviously in that case you need to have a knowledge on one SQL server, one server, database server tool. So if your data come up with any server, you can use SQL as a query language to retrieve data and do whatever the things you need to do. So with Python, obviously Python is a very handy thing. You can connect Python to SQL, Python to SQL, Excel, Power BI, etc., etc., and you can work on handsomely. So Python stands for number one in every which way. So then after you want to show that write data into visual format, we are going to use Power BI as a tool. So obviously we are in between, we are going to teach statistics and mathematics. For basic mathematics and statistics, we need to understand for data. So that is we are going to learn. These are the skills we are going to learn on this course. So yeah, so apart from that, so if you ask like we have a many technologies, why choose Excel? So even today also, like even we are getting many trending technologies, Excel still has its place. So for why? Because for like imagine you got a data from a client. Excel have a like more than 500 functions, so to do data cleaning part or data adding columns, example, etc, etc. So it, and sometimes like you will have 2 to 3 4 tables you need to club and do analysis. For that purpose you are going to use pivot table concept. So and you can also do simple visualizations using Excel. So that's we are going to learn Excel as well. So second thing, like I said, if your data come up in a SQL server, I mean any SQL server, so you need obviously query language, right? So for that we are going to learn SQL. So most of all, like 50%, as per my knowledge, using SQL, you are going to create new tables, or you are going to retrieve information from the already existing tables. And as per requirement, client requirement, you are going to manipulate those things. So most of all, 50% of the work goes for that only. Sometimes like there are will be like 25% of works combining data sets, etc, these all things. So for that purpose we are going to learn SQL as well. So next, Python. So obviously what are the things you are doing in Excel, you can do within very easy way using Python. So what client expect you that at in time you deliver the project, you deliver the his requirement. So whatever the tool you use for as per you, as per your convenience, you can use Excel, SQL, Python, but then you need to deliver the thing within as per his requirement time. So obviously Python stands for had. So but we you still have a chance, like, and you can choose after your best thing. Okay, so there are some packages called numpy and pandas. They are used for very they are used very widely to clean and data pre-processing process. So in Python also you can do visualizations using this technology, using these packages called matplotlib and cbon. So you can do that as well. So in later on, like, if you want to, if you add machine learning, deep learning concepts to this Python, you can go after like role called data scientist role. So that is very far apart of after data analyst role. So that is how you can use SQL, Python as well. So since we the last thing is like Power BI, right? So Power BI is like very interactive. So there is a another technology in available in the market also, which is called Tableau. But why startups or whatever the students or newcomers taking Power BI as option? You know why? Because Power BI is a free source, whereas Tableau is a paid version. Power BI you can use for creating creating reports and share it to any person. But in Tableau you have you can use Tableau for free only for 15 days. Then after you need to pay like many maximum amount of amount to continue with that. So as a startups, they used to go with a free source as well. So since you are a job looking person, you need to go with that strategy as well. So that's why we are teaching Power BI. So in Power BI we have everything like better than Tableau. So Tableau is the only comparison between Power BI and Tableau is like Tableau is better than Power BI in only one thing. It can handle like millions of data, Tableau, but in Power BI there is an limit. But Tableau is only used by very big MNCs so that they can afford that much amount of payable amount for the Tableau. So 80% of the companies go for Power BI as well. So if you go for this Power BI, you will have flexibility to choose. Like you can go as a BI developer as well, uh, Power BI developer as well. That's how. So that's why we are going to learn Power BI as well. So as of now, what we have covered, like the skills required for data analyst is like Excel, Python, SQL, and Power BI, right? So yeah, then next goes for this is a main thing like career prospects. Like we need to look after this as a job searching people or are new to the domain. Everybody asks me this question: what are the advantages choosing data analyst as a career? So like simply in called why become a data analyst. So let's discuss about it. Okay, uh, so data analysts come from many background. So they can come from mathematics, science, any engineering streams. If you see at like professionals are coming from non-technical to technical, like they are working as a BPO consultant agents. But if you learn the skills, data analyst skills, you can easily come into the technical skill and work as a data analyst. Why? Because it's a data analyst is an entry level job. In every company, data is generating within every second and every minute. So every company need people who can analyze their data and tell the stories what happening in their businesses, so that they can make a very like informative business decisions. It will help them to get profit. So that is the one flexible thing to choose as a data analyst career for any people. They can come from any background, education background. They can also come up from any non-technical to technical background also. Obviously freshers has this entry level, since it's a entry level job, freshers has a very good opportunities for that. So and some people are like uh, actually I'm from statistics. So I'm very theoretical person. But when I started data analyst as a career, I learned these four skills, and since 3 years I'm successfully able to run this. So like from any domain you can also choose this career as a data analyst and go for a long. So some people are coming from finance and accounting also. And if you like, some people like I done this. So well, I completed my degree, then after I completed my MBA. Now I'm working as a data analyst. So management also helps us. So this is a one plus point, irrespective of whatever the domain or the background you are, you can come into data analyst field and you can lead the role. So second advantage is like job growth. So according to the Glassdoor, there will be a 20% growth of this data analyst from between 2019 to 2036. That is very good thing. So I would like to discuss about more career on thing. Since we always look after what are the future careers, right? So if you start with data analyst, for example, in future if you learn coding well, and if you are learn machine learning, deep learning, NLP concept, and if you are good in that, you can go after role called data scientist, which is pay uh, thrice than data analyst. For example, in future if you got an idea on like clouds are future of the now, like AWS, Azure. So if you learn cloud technologies, then you can go after this data engineer role. So for example, not these two, at the end of the discourse, you are good in creating dashboards and presenting data in very visualization formats. Then you can go after this BI developer. You mean you are going to work to create dashboards so that every people can understand. So this is the highest four career options. You can flexibly, whatever the career it may be, the base is data analyst. That is what I mean to say. So you can choose this data analyst so that you can have a long career option. So that is the second advantage. And third thing is in demand salary. So I started my career as a 5 lakhs per annum. Now I'm working since I have 3 year experience. Uh, I am getting 15 lakhs per annum. So within less time, I got a like a nearly 100% hike. So this is the thing, real thing in data analyst role. So the average salary is like 5 lakhs per annum. So for data analyst in India, you can see data analyst salaries in India. So that is like average, and that is in 2019. Now we are in 2022, 23. Obviously, it will lead to 7 lakhs per annum. So as a fresher, you can come up with a like very reasonable package so that you can lead everything, right? So this is the as per experience. See, like I said, less than 1 year, it will start with a dollar 54K. So as the experience goes, you are like payable is also pay like high, and you can jump over to many high paying roles like data scientist, so that you will have a very long career as a in IT field. So what I mean to say is everything is come up with a data analyst as a base. So this is about in-demand salary. The third advantage about the data analyst role is there is an in-demand salary. So if you look after like what are the companies hiring data analysts, so obviously every company which has a data, they used to hire data analysts. Why? Because they need people to understand the data and do business decisions, right? So these are the high technical companies who are hiring data analysts. So you can see every company like Google, Infosys, Wipro, TCS, even the Swiggy, you can see the delivery thing, right? So if you observe, if you whenever you order a food or anything, it will give you expected delivery time. So how they are doing with the existing data, they are predicting the like time period to deliver the order. So this is how it's going on real time. So every company has the data and they need people to do data analysis. So yeah, so if you see every company, even the Rapido, the taxi, bike taxi, so every company need to get an understanding where we are getting high sales, when we are getting high sales, when we are getting where we are getting high orders, so that they can arrange people to sustain the business. So this is how every company is taking over data and doing analysis for better decision. So it's a long career option. So that's what I mean. So every company, even in the startups, they'll come up with a very unique decisions, so that user or client will get within less time their work finish. Yeah, so this is about hiring part. So as a as a career bridge, what we offer for you. So I'm a data analyst, I'm a working profession, right? I like very taking into coding part, I mean practical oriented approach. So rather than giving this theoretical part to you, I'll just explain your definition. I'll go after like writing code and explain you the concept. I like that. That is the best way, because when I was in student, that is the thing I have been faced. So I can promise you that practical oriented approach. And like I said, I have discussed two projects, right? Those are real time projects. So what I can do is like at the end of the course, I can give you the dashboards of those two projects, so that in interview times you can showcase that you have done that and get placed. So that's the thing I can help you out. And don't worry that we are going to create those dashboards from scratch. So as a part of course Power BI, uh, instead of giving direct Power BI dashboard to you, I'm going to teach every concept by creating visualizations. At the end of the Power BI course, you are left with a dashboard, so that you can showcase this to interviewers, saying that you have done that. So we can have it that what we call discussion over it, and we can train on it. So the third thing is like I'll be the mentoring for you, and we'll be conducting weekly tests and assignments, and we'll have a review session on every Saturday. Monday to Friday there will be a classes, and every Saturday we'll have a review session, so that if you have any doubts or whatever the things, I can help you out there. And the fourth thing is like placement assistance. We have been tie up with some startup companies. So after completing the course, we'll refer your resume to that company, so that we'll give you an opportunity to take interview. The cracking an interview is your part. So obviously after completing this course, you will have the basic knowledge of every technology. So as a fresher, they won't expert. You will be pro in everything. So they expect that you will have an idea on every technology, so that in future if any project comes, they can use you. So that we can promise, like placement assistance and resume building. As per my experience, when I started job searching, I have no one to say how to the. So I, after a hardcore, like I have able to do that. So as per my experience, I can suggest you how a resume can build, so that you can get more calls over there. And at the end of the day course, you are going to get recorded videos of the every topic, and we are going to conduct a mock interviews as well for your experience, how it's going to be. So yeah, so this is how we're going to help you, and we can train you in a way like you can become a very good one, or like so that you can get a job. So yeah, that's all. You can have a, if you have any questions for me, please ask. feel free to. Venkat?
Yes, Raju. Thank you for your wonderful presentation, first of all.
Yeah.
I feel like these are best suitable to freshers only, I think, right?
This course is?
Most preferable to freshers only who are coming to the market newly. That is what.
You said from non-IT back.
Yes, I am the non-IT background, but still I have a very huge gap after completion. My actually in that gap also I have another sector experience is there, BPO sector only. But this is the suitable to, for me or not? I'm still confusing only.
No, like I have created in a way the course. Like I said,
Mhm.
every domain people are coming, right? Even
Yes.
previous batch also, I have seen people coming from BPO. These all people.
Yeah.
So freshers come, and this non-IT to non-IT to IT.
Yes.
So since you have a experience in non-IT, I mean other field,
Yes.
easily you will get a calls. Why? Because they'll experience matters a lot, right?
Yes.
Even maybe you are not good in this technical skills, but you are good in maybe management things. Experience thing makes sense.
Yeah,
So
actually, in the team handling, everything in me under my control only. Currently, I'm handling
mhm.
around 32 users. FTs only I'm handling US client.
Okay, okay.
So daily presentation, everything will be there. But I'm confusing. How can I fill my gap only? Like uh, different sector experience is there. So how to
Mhm.
fill this? How much experience can I put in after successfully completed this course? Huh?
Mhm.
How much experience? I'll speak with you in personally only. Okay, I'm okay.
Mhm.
I'll
Okay.
speak with you personally. You and Hemant.
Okay. The thing is like you are saying about gap, right?
Yeah, it's
So
suitable for me. I'm interested to join. I don't have any
mhm.
issues. Why? Because what you said, every sector it will be useful. Any other sector also, like Excel and Power BI now is a very common things. Huh? So
Yeah,
that's I don't have any.
yeah. So
This
like
yes,
for freshers or whatever the non-IT people, what I observed is if you
yeah,
showcase your work, the maybe some people I seen some people with career gap 2 to 3 years, but
yes,
after showcasing their work, I mean creating dashboards, whatever it may be, that doesn't make the recruiters won't see that much. So that's why I observed even in my office people used to come up with different domains and with career gaps. So
okay,
IT field is that much flexible. That's the one
yes, yes,
plus thing in IT field. Yeah. So it's up to
okay.
you. I given my best. So hope you seen there.
Yes, thank you. Rashmi, okay, right.
Yeah. So do you have any other question?
No, Raju, thank you.
Yeah. Done. Have a great day.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello. Prashanti. Am I audible, Prashanti?